Got some more free agent moves today that we're going to talk about, and who's the best available still? What is up, Finn fans? Made some more moves today. I think we signed 2 players, and a bunch have become official. So we're going to talk about that. And then we'll talk about someone who became available, which is interesting. But he said he doesn't want to play right tackle, which is even more interesting. So let's jump into this without me rambling anymore. The Dolphins sign expatriate punter Jake Bailey. We lose Morstead to the Jets. I'm upset about that. I liked Morstead a lot. He had better, punting stats than Bailey last year. But I will say this. Bailey was a Pro Bowl and All-Pro in 2020. So if he could just get back to his 2020 form, and he's only 25, if he can get back to that form, then I think, the Dolphins made a really good move. So this is a quote. While Jake Bailey was on IR, he never missed a single treatment, meeting, or practice, his agent said. He was said in a statement at the time of his suspension. He got suspended. He was hoping to come off IR to play last weekend, but Jake was informed he was being suspended the last 2 games. This comes as a surprise given his full participation during injured reserve. We have filed a grievance to fight this unknown suspension. So Jake Bailey's pissed at the New England Patriots. So good. Good. I hope he punts people's heads off, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he barely punts, because that means that the offense is doing fantastic. The Dolphins also bring back River Cracraft on a 1-year deal. I'm okay with that. You bring in Braxton Berrios, and we got River Cracraft, kind of the same type of player. I'm okay with that. A lot of guys I've heard from, especially in the comment section on Twitter, want Trent Sherfield to come back. I don't know if he is. He did make a tweet and then delete it, so we'll see. But bringing back River Cracraft, a lot of the signings have become official, like Dan Feeney, Deshaun Elliott. A bunch of the signings officially became official. David Long, Eric Sorbert, all that stuff. So I don't have a full cap space update because Braxton Berrios, Deshaun Elliott, Dan Feeney, David Long, John Lovett, and Nick Needham's contract haven't been added yet. So without that, we are at $12.5 million. And I think with those added, we're probably at about $6 million. And then I could see them probably making some other moves like restructuring and stuff to get more cap space. And don't forget, after June 1st, the Miami Dolphins get $13.6 million from releasing Byron Jones. I don't know what, like, my brain is just on slow mode. So one thing I do want to talk about is that the fact that the Cincinnati Bengals picked up Brown Jr., right, their new left tackle. Offensive tackle Jonah Williams is not happy. He's requested a trade per his agent. He was their left tackle. He was also a right tackle at Alabama. Now, a lot of people, Jonah Williams was not very good last year. I'll pull up his PFF. He was not very good last year, but before that, he was actually pretty good. Now, do I suggest the Miami Dolphins trade for him? No, because he's not going to want to play right tackle, and the Miami Dolphins need a right tackle, but I never talk about that, so if you're surprised by me bringing that up, I do apologize. He gave up 12 sacks last year. That's bad. He had a bad year last year. He had a 61.2 PFF grade. Run blocking of 49.9 and pass blocking of 63.9. But then the year they went to the Super Bowl, he had a 77.1 PFF grade in 2021, a 79.9 run blocking grade. His pass blocking wasn't great, 68.8. And then his rookie year, his pass blocking was really good, 75.8. Here's the thing, right? Jonah Williams gave up 12 sacks. Everyone's like, move on from him. Don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. That being said, you look at Connor Williams, gave up a ton of penalties. Everyone's like, don't touch him. He's bad, blah, blah, blah. And look what we did with Connor Williams. He barely had any penalties. Not saying the Dolphins should go and trade for him. I doubt anyone's really going to trade for him because there's no need to. They're probably just going to cut him. He was a first round 11th overall pick. Very interesting. But he played right tackle at Alabama. But he has come out and said, I'll pull up that quote, because I was like, ooh, it piques my interest. And then I saw the quote and I was like, never mind. The Bengals spoke on this at the combine, saying Williams shifting to right tackle will be difficult. He's been playing an left tackle pretty much since jump, and that it probably wouldn't be something he'd want to do. So I was like, oh, well, never mind. I guess we're not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So I'll look at free agents that are still out there. Tackle-wise, I wanted to go after Humaniora. I'm probably saying his name wrong, and I do apologize. Jermaine, Eluemunor, Humanior. He was with the Miami Dolphins in 2021, and then he got cut. And then he's done very good with the Raiders. He re-signed with the Raiders for like nothing. So the only other tackle out there that has piqued my interest, and I'm like, okay, go after. He's 30, but he could definitely help, is Cameron Fleming. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Apologize for the sniffle. Cameron Fleming. I got to make myself a little... Actually, no. I'll make myself bigger, and I'll just move him up. If you look at his PFF grades the past 2 years, it's pretty decent. He was 29th out of 81 tackles. So Cameron Fleming, to me, seems like a really good option. You have Donovan Smith. He did very bad last year, but before that, he was really good. Like 14th out of 83. I wouldn't be upset with that. Now, I'm hearing the Dolphins have some type of interest in George Fant, and I don't want any part of that. Fant struggled with his injuries, and once again, moved back and forth between left and right tackle, and unfortunate development after his career year in 2021. Had him looking for an extension before the season began. The 7th-year tackle earned a career high, blah, blah, blah. Fant was 21-year-old, 31 in. So I'm going with these two. Now, again, the Dolphins are interested in George Fant from what I'm hearing, and I hope they're wrong. Here's Brandon Shell, who I wouldn't be surprised if they re-signed. I don't know why they haven't re-signed him. But these are the two. If I'm looking at right tackle competition, these are the two I want. More him because he has more consistency the past 2 years. I wouldn't be upset with him because he was really good the previous 2 years. So there's that. Then if we're looking, and again, this is PFF, guys. Everyone who's like, how do I get to that? You go to PFF, you go to NFL, you go to free agent rankings. There's still some linebackers, and Tranquil just signed with the Chiefs, so he's gone. We got David Long. I don't know why that's not updated. Levante David's still out there. Bobby Wagner had a fit. Why would you want Bobby Wagner? Why would you want him? He's 30. He's going to be 33. He was the number 1 ranked linebacker last year. Why would I want? Not like look at these numbers. I would love Bobby Wagner. Denzel Perryman already signed with somebody. Like I'm looking at all these other guys and I'm like, I'd rather draft somebody. So Bobby Wagner or draft somebody. That's my thoughts on linebacker. We don't need corners. Guards, there's no real guards out there, right? Isaac Samalo. I don't know if the Dolphins want to pay around $11 million a year for a guard when Robert Jones was pretty decent at left guard. So I don't see any guards there that really pique my interest. Safeties we don't need anymore. Tight ends. Dalton Schultz is still out there. Mike Gesicki went to the Patriots. We'll see how that goes. I didn't really talk about that, but Mike Gesicki went to the Patriots. Dalton Schultz, but if he wants $14.5 million, no, you can kick rocks. You have Foster Moreau. He would be a good option, but that's kind of like another Durham Smythe. Austin Hooper wouldn't be a bad option either. Other than that, draft. So to me, let me make myself a little bit bigger, and I can have a quick little conversation. To me, right, I would draft a tight end you could draft a linebacker. So tight end and linebacker, if they add one, I'm happy, especially if they can get Dalton Schultz not to be $14.5 million. I'd be happy. I really like the way Dalton Schultz plays. And I showed you some of the other guys. Austin Hooper, you can get him for cheap. I'll be fine with that. You could draft a tight end. You could probably get a decent, good tight end in the third round. Linebacker. I just want Bobby Wagner. If we can't get Bobby Wagner, if he wants too much money, if he wants to go back to Seattle, if he wants to go to the 49ers, if he wants to go somewhere else like I'm hearing, fine with that. You could draft a good linebacker in the second round. Running back, we ran it back with running back. Corners were good. Safeties were good. Defensive line were good. Quarterback were good. Wide receivers, you can add some depth there. I'm fine with that. To me, the only spot that needs to be addressed in the starter position, you all know, it's the right tackle. Other than that, I don't think any other position needs a starter addressing. I think all the other positions, it's depth. So, they might feel high on Austin Jackson. They might think, before the injury, like they said in their press conference, before his injury, he was actually pretty decent. I disagree a little bit there. But hey, whatever they're going to do, I have no, control over it, even though. But I started my prospects. Me and Bro Shamo are going to start doing our prospects. I broke down running back, tight end, offensive tackle, and linebackers. Those are 4 prospects that I can see the Dolphins drafting. And I got them written down here. So we're going to start doing prospects next week. But that's what I got for you today. Comment below. Let me know what you think. If any more moves happen, I will let you guys know. I'll get you guys an update on the cap space. A ton of you guys. I think more people have hit me up about winning the Tyreek Hill autograph jersey than about the other giveaway, the 40K giveaway. I'll give it till Monday, and then I'm going to announce the winner on Monday. If you want to know how you can be a part of it, go check out Monday. I think it was Monday's video where I talk about how to be part of the giveaway. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. Effins up.